Welcome back everyone to the Clay Soldier Battle Tournament. We are going to be starting off with Pink Blur going up against Melton Melons, and they have upgrades that they need to decide if they're going to spend. They'll fight in the Poseidon's Palace. That was my phone. Of course, I turned down the media on it, but not the actual text tones. Anyway, Pink Blur. They have a Snow Specialist upgrade. Will they get any other upgrades? It's a random one. Yes, they shall. A Type 2 Specialist in the form of Timed Explosives. Nice. Let's just keep that over here. Then it comes to Melton Melon, and they will not. Alright then, let's go get these guys put up in Poseidon's Palace and see if Pink Blur's new upgrade gives them the edge they need to take out Melton Melon and their now superior numbers. See you in a moment. And once again, we're down here in Poseidon's Palace. Melton Melon fought here at least once before. They already had flags put up. Over on the right, we have Pink Blur with their blaze rods, their new magma cream unit, and snowballs. And, of course, sugar, which is why they're a blur. And on the left side, we have Melton Melon and their regiment of 48 Bone Club wielding soldiers with nether quartz and sugar of their own. And nether brick cores. Both teams have fire-based tools that may not be very useful at all considering they're underwater. Let's see who wins in 3, 2, 1. And both teams are off. There goes a magma cream explosion. And at this point we're going to be seeing a lot of nether quartz going off. It's going to make it more difficult to determine what is actually an explosion and what is just a knockback. And I'm being partially distracted by my cat, who's messing with cardboard on the ground. Hoping that's not getting picked up too much. And it looks like Melton Melon has won while I was distracted. Looks like it anyway, but there seems to be some Pink Blur, maybe? No, that's all Melton Melon. Good job, Melton Melon, you won. Well, that was a rather quick battle. It seems that the magma cream explosives did absolutely nothing to aid Pink Blur in achieving victory. Let me get these guys cleaned up and we'll go adjust the leaderboards. And so the Pink Blur suffer another loss. And the Melton Melons get to move forward. We have an interesting pattern going on there. A victory followed by a loss. A victory followed by a loss. I wonder if the pattern will hold out when the Melton Melons face off whoever wins between Gargantua and the Bluebarians. Well, let's get these guys put down here. Let's see, where do they go again? They will be facing Glass cannon on this side. Alright, and as I said, the Bluebarians are going to be facing off against Gargantua in this next match in... You know, we've had so much Poseidon's Palace, I don't want to go here again, so... Bloody Lumberyard, there we go. And... they do have upgrades to spend. Will they spend their upgrades? Yes, on Bluebarians. And no on Gargantua. So Bluebarians will have a specialist unit in the form of healers. Well, that's going to make the battle a little more interesting. As if the Bluebarians didn't have enough staying capability with their shields. Anyway, let's go get these guys put in the Bloody Lumberyard and see which one is ground into dust. And we're back at the Bloody Lumberyard. Over on the right, we have Gargantua and their specialist team of revival units, armed with blaze rods and lightning. And on the left side, we have the Bluebarians with their new unit of melon healers, their shields, their rabbit hide armor, and their specialist team of blaze powder units. So, which team will win? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. That was a lot of lightning for a single unit. And there go the Bluebarians on their feather gliders. I saw a Gargantuan unit get taken out for a moment before being revived. It looks like Gargantua is actually doing pretty significant damage to the Bluebarian team. It might be that their loss of units isn't being made up for through their healing. That said, I do see hearts being generated every now and then, indicating that there is healing going on the Bluebarian side. Although, that may be the only units they have left at this point, which if that's the case, then this is just going to be a long, drawn-out defeat. I do see some Bluebarians completely stripped of all gear now. And that is a very dangerous place to be fighting, right above a saw blade, jumping up and down in the air, floating on feathers. It does seem to be pretty clear now that Gargantua does have a numbers advantage over the remaining Bluebarian forces. It does also look like that there is only melons in the hands of the remaining Bluebarian units. As such, they are not going to be fighting back, and if they cannot heal, they will never use up their melon. And with that, the Bluebarians have been knocked down a peg. They were pretty fierce at one point, but it's 2 losses in a row for them now. Such a shame. Well, let's see if they make it through the final pits of despair, as they will be facing the Jalapeno Pounders, if I have things written down correctly. I will have to double check that. Anyway, good job, Gargantua. You get to move on to face the Melton Melons. Let me get those guys cleaned up and see you back at Spawn Island. Alright, let's get these Blueberrians knocked down to their final stand area. And Gargantua. That is 2 wins in a row for you guys. Good job. Huh. That's kind of interesting. I see a pattern going on between the 2 different branches. Well, almost a pattern. Gargantua and Emerald Blitz almost had the same pattern. Anyway, with that out of the way, Blueberrians are set up to face Jalapeno Pounders in the upcoming matches. But before we get to them, we have Tubertastic and Jade Shrapnel going into a rematch. A rematch which will be fought in the Sinking Sands. And Jade Shrapnel has an upgrade point. I mean, it's kind of now or never. So, will they spend it? No, apparently they will not. And if they are defeated, then the upgrade point is going to be transferred to Tubertastic, granting Tubertastic 2 victory points in the case of victory. Well, let's get these guys all set up and prepare to do a grudge match in a very sandy area. Alright. Everyone should know the strengths and weaknesses of these 2 teams by now, so let's just go ahead and get this grudge match underway as quick as possible. In 3, 2, 1. And Tubertastic unloads a barrage of gravel into the Jade Shrapnel Army. I get tongue-tied too often for being an announcer. The battle has broken down into chaos. There's nether quartz being used. I have yet to see an actual explosion. Oh, I think that was just one right there. Now, Tubertastic and Jade Shrapnel have not really changed all that much as time has gone on. In fact, I believe Tubertastic has only gotten deadlier, while Jade Shrapnel has remained largely the same. So it should honestly be pretty predictable which team is going to come out on top this time, but you never know. Arena traps and random luck can completely change the flow of combat. As it is, there's only one Jade Shrapnel. Oh, never mind. There's no more Jade Shrapnel left above ground. We will give 5 seconds. Okay, that was more than 5 seconds, but that should have been enough time for any surviving Jade Shrapnel to come out from below, if there were any. As it is, I believe we don't have a single Jade Shrapnel remaining. Congratulations, Tubertastic, you defeated Jade Shrapnel twice now. Jade Shrapnel is out of the tournament for good. Let me get this mess cleaned up. and get over to Spawn Island. And Jade Shrapnel is out of the tournament for good. Where are you, Jade Shrapnel? You were on this end. Farewell, Jade Shrapnel. Gone for good. With that, Tubertastic moves up, and they will be facing off against the winner between Glass Cannon and Pink Blur, who will be fighting next. And they shall do battle in Frostbite Valley. Neither of them have any upgrade points to spend, so let's get them over there and set them up to do battle. And welcome back to Frostbite Valley, everyone. A quick recap on the Glass Cannon team. They have double gunpowder specialists on their side. Half of their team will explode upon death. And they're going up against Pink Blur, which places timed explosives on death. There's going to be a lot of explosions, and I expect that the combat might go pretty quickly as a result. Both sides do have string, which will help neutralize a single explosion. But after that, it's just an explosive free-for-all. Let's see. The fireworks go off in 3, 2, 1. And lightning is flying across the arena. Pink Blur has a ranged unit themselves, but only in the form of snowballs. And they seem to have all gotten caught up trying to take down the scout with snow. And here it goes. Explosions popping off everywhere. Which one team is going to come out victorious? It was Glass Cannon. The fighting actually ended for a brief moment, then a Pink Blur timed explosive went off. That was, as expected, explosively quick. Pink Blur is out of the tournament. Glass Cannon, well, they have another upgrade point, which could end up netting them even more explosives. How crazy would that be to have a team that is entirely composed of suicide bombers? Perhaps it's best not to imagine such a terrifying scenario. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Our next few matches are going to be elimination matches. We will have Sapphire versus the Lightning Lords, and Jalapeno Pounders facing off against the Blueberrians. Then we will see Tubertastic going up against Glass Cannon, and whoever wins the Sapphire and Lightning Lord matches will be facing off against whoever wins Jalapeno versus Blueberrians. After that, we will jump back to the main part of the tournament, where we will get new groups of soldiers getting knocked down to face their final fights. Hope you guys are enjoying the tournament. I will see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.